Hello, everyone. So, the what I'm going to talk about today is in the title, What's Wrong with Women? I have been laid off for a year now, so I've had a lot of time on my hands, been watching a lot of television, probably more than I should. And I've been watching a lot of these reality shows, a lot of these talk shows, and I'm seeing a lot of women. I want to say it nicely, but they're raunchy. I know when I was coming up, I like the title of lady more than I did a woman. I thought a lady had more class. A lady had more morals. A lady was always going to represent herself in a good light. So I preferred to be called a lady. I had manners, I had morals, and I just I just don't see much of that anymore. Not on television. You had the women dressing in the skimpy clothes and they just backstabbing each other. I'm seeing a lot of women on here messing with married men. Back then in my day, that was taboo. You mess with a married man, you kept that undercover. You was tight-lipped about that. You didn't even tell your best girlfriend because that was frowned upon. Nowadays, they be so proud of that, messing with married men. And then when the married man leave their wife, which by the way, women, statistically, a lot of them don't leave their wives for the side chick. But if they do, you'd be so proud you had that man. You know, you're proud that you took him from his family. But the same way you got him, it's the same way you're gonna lose him. Because if a man could step outside his marriage and mess with you, especially if you got an ongoing relationship, he'll do that to you too. Most likely, even if he marries you. So I asked some of my friends because I talk to a lot of men and when I say talk to them, I have male friends or when I meet guys and we establish that we're just going to be friends, I kind of pick their brains like, what do you really think of a side chick? I mean, is that somebody you want? If she could mess with you while you marry, you don't think she'd mess with your boy? And they say, yeah, we do. We don't trust them. So side chicks, they don't even trust y'all. Some of them even look down at y'all. It's just about the sex for them. I know a very dear friend of mine who had a side piece. It's got to be 8 or 9 years now. And I asked him why. It's just sex. That's it. And I asked him, did you make that clear with her? And his response was, if I didn't leave my wife after 8 years, and if I only go to her for sex, that's clear enough. And he's right. But there are some women that like being a side piece nowadays because I hear them say, well, there's such a shortage of men. Now, I had said that too because I'm out here dating, and I had said the same thing. My goodness, there is a shortage of men, and the ones that I'm attracted to are married, and I'm just having a hard time. So I've heard women say that. So they'll go on and mess with a married man. But I want to tell you, I'd rather be patient. And that falls back to my morals. I'm not going to mess with a married man, not knowingly, because some guys will fool you. But knowingly, no. I let him know up front. I've even had a time where I told a man I was going to tell his wife. So I do know that there are women out there that they don't mind a man being married. But I say good luck to you because we try to pretend like we don't fall in love. 9 times out of 10, I think a woman fall in love quicker than a man does. Be a little nice to us, show us a little time, say what we want to hear. My friends that tell me we know how to get y'all. We may not know how to keep you, but we know how to get y'all. So watch out for the okie dokie. But if you just out here wanting to date this man and that man, and you say you don't want to be in a relationship, you don't want to catch any feelings, good luck. Good luck. This is a dangerous time. And I mean, for years, it's really been dangerous with all these diseases out, but this is dangerous to be doing that with a man. I have never also, like I said, I watch a lot of TV and I watch different types of things. I have never seen so many murders behind relationships. I know men used to kill women, but now the women are killing the men. So that's why I said be careful out here. Um, be patient. Be patient. And if you're a godly woman, keep praying. I stay in prayer because I had enough of messing with the wrong men. And they men say, well, we know in the beginning how it's going to be. We know if it's just going to be sex, or we know if it's our wife. Well, I know in the beginning too. But back in the day, yes, I made a lot of mistakes. Just saying, oh, I'll go ahead and do it. I'll see where this go, knowing it wasn't going to go anywhere. I don't do that anymore. And that's why I say have patience. It will come. Because, see, you be caught up in so much mess that the right one comes up to you and you don't even know. You so caught up in so much mess and focusing on so many other things that the right man just said, okay, she's not ready. And you blew. And now you got this bum who just using you. And you feel like I'll just hang around until the right man comes. And the right man already came. So that's why you have to, for one, prepare yourself to be a wife. I tell some women, I had to prepare myself. I haven't been married. I didn't know what it was like to be a wife. I had to prepare myself first. And part of that is your mental. Get your mental together. A lot of us deal with childhood trauma as well. If you're dealing with childhood trauma, that's something you have to work on as well because that spills over into your relationships. Whether you know it or not, it does. I can tell people who's dealing with childhood trauma with my friends, and I always have it right because my age and older, we didn't believe in going to get therapy. We didn't go get any help. That was something that was frowned upon as well. But now I recommend it. I went to a life coach, and that was the best money I invested. I invested that money in myself. I always tell women, look in the mirror. Who do you see? Ask yourself, who do I see? And don't lie. Do it when you by yourself so you ain't got to feel like you got to lie. Who do you see? Is she still broken? Do you still see that broken little girl? Go talk to somebody. Heal yourself first. The best thing you could do is to be healed. So when he comes, you're ready. You already ready. But when you're dealing with so much, I see so many people, so many that are in these unhealthy relationships and that's been in this bondage for years. And I'm like, come up out of that so you could start healing. And some of them think they're going to start healing while they're still in that bondage. No, you have to come up out of that. That is what's dragging you down. And until you come up out of that bondage, you won't be right. You ain't going to be right for that right man to come along. He's going to pass you by. Two things can happen. You'll miss out because you're not going to know that's him because you're so stuck in that mess you're in. Or he's going to see that mess all around you and he's going to go. So you have to make sure your mental is right. When I got done with my life coach, I didn't even know. Some things came out that I didn't know was in my belly. Whew. But you know what? I'm healed. I'm healed and I'm ready. And I'm patient. That's the key thing. Be patient. Once you come up out of all of that mess and start healing, and there's no time stamp on it, you do it until you start feeling good about yourself, until you can look back in that mirror and say, I love her. And tell yourself why you love her. Because you came up out of the trenches and you will no longer go back to that. And you'll feel more confident about finding that right guy. You know he's going to come, and you know you're going to be ready, and you know you're not going to miss it. So, ladies, again, I jumped on here to say what's wrong with women. There's a lot of things I could say about what I feel was wrong with women. And part of it is low self-esteem. I think that's the main thing is the low self-esteem. We're so critical of ourselves. I know I used to do it. If I felt ugly and I could be out somewhere and a man tell me I'm beautiful, I pushed it off like, he's lying. Because I didn't feel beautiful. I didn't even know how to accept the compliments because I wasn't whole. I wasn't healed. So that's why I say it's important that we get healed. Okay, so you think I don't have any childhood trauma that I've dealt with. Why am I still in this situation? There's something. There's something. I thought my childhood was beautiful, but there's something that happened to me that made me feel like I was unworthy. And sometimes we just do it to ourselves because we're so used to abusive men, whether it's physical or emotional. We get so used to that that the next man come and he's not like that. And we're wondering what's wrong with him. Subconsciously, we're thinking, I kind of like the abusive man because he showed me attention. It might not have been good attention, but he showed it to me. So that's where I say, get your mental right. Because once I got my mental right, I mean, I can look at that mirror and say, wow, wow, you are beautiful. Inside and out, all around, you are beautiful. And until you can say that with conviction and really mean that, now I walk with my head up. I didn't even know I used to walk with my head down. Somebody had to tell me. I said, I didn't even realize that. He said, you look defeated. So that's why the right man is not coming to you. He see all of that around you. Like, oh, well, now when I go out and walk, my head is up so high. I smile more. I laugh more. And it's healthier. It's much healthier. So many of our women in their 40s are dying of heart attacks. I'm just like, 40, I ain't never think about heart attacks. But they're dying in their 40s. I see it on Facebook all the time. Rest in peace, rest in peace. And I look and I say, this girl looks 40 years old. So I start looking, digging into it, and she's 40 years old. How'd she die? Massive heart attack. How do you die at 40 years old of a massive heart attack and you have no heart issues in your family? She wasn't healed. She was depressed. Her blood pressure went up. Her diet was bad. She was always feeling tired and weary and weak, and life just beat her up at 40 years old. I'm always taken aback when I see that. So that's why we have to stay strong mentally because when you're healed, everything else falls in line. You start eating better, you start walking more, you start your relationships get better. Not with that man you had to leave now, because you leaving that. That's behind you. But the girlfriend friendships, they get better. And I tell you, a lot of people don't want to hear the truth because I see my friends going through things and I tell the truth. I see it. And you're unhealthy because of it. And I'm saying this because I love you. So that's how I talk to my girlfriends. I let them know because I've been through it. Nobody talked to me though. When I left the one relationship I was in, oh, my girlfriends tell me, I'm so glad you left. Why didn't you tell me? Why didn't you talk to me? Why didn't you pull me aside? Because they say a lot of women don't want to hear that. So they just allow them to go through it. Well, now, and that may be true in a lot of cases, but I'm the type that I feel like if I see it, I'm going to say it. And then I'm going to leave it alone. And hopefully we can still maintain our friendship because I'm going to say it from my heart. And then you do what you need to do with it. But most of the time, when you're telling a woman that you see something, she knows. She knows he's not a good man. But we just let him hit the brick wall. No, I love you. I'm going to say something. Now, rather you, because if you don't want to hit that brick wall, come with me. Come stay with me. Get up out of that. It is so unhealthy. I see so many women, their hair is falling out. They're just depressed, just so depressed. But they're holding on because they hit that 10-year milestone with this man. So, what's wrong with women? We take on a lot, a lot. And it's time to release it. Let a lot of that stuff go. We love too hard. We had that nurturing love. We had that nurturing love for our kids, and then we pass that on to our man. Let that go. Stay healthy. Stay focused. Get you together. Start that business you've been dreaming about. That'll make you happy. Find a craft, find a hobby, something to keep your mind occupied, to keep you smiling. I don't, I love women. I have good friendships, very good friendships, strong friendships that I've had for years from high school. And that says a lot when you can stay strong with somebody from high school. I had to look back and say most of my friendships are over 25 years with women. So we're always talking about things that's going on with the younger women. But there's such a love and such a bond. And I'm telling y'all, when you get healthy, you'll start getting that. You'll start finding that in your friends. But right now, your friends don't like you because you don't even like you. So you're having problems with this man, but you're having problems in those friendships too, as well, I bet. But when you get healthy and when you heal, you'll be starting to surround yourself with beautiful people. And that's the thing. If you're around misery, it's wearing you down. You don't want a heart attack in your 40s. You don't want a stroke. You can prevent that because part of being happy is you're going to make sure you take care of you. And I hear a lot of women say, but my kids come first. Let those grown kids go too. You ain't going to be no good to them if you having heart attacks and strokes. So love yourself. Love that lady in the mirror. Treat her right. If nobody don't, you do it. Treat her right so she can smile and hold her head up. Man, you deserve it. All right, ladies, I just got on here with my 2 cents, and I'm praying for you. I am definitely praying for every broken woman that she gets healed and she soars. Because we got to know we deserve it. Amen. Have a blessed day.